was pretty cool. I was like, huh, cool. I made it to the big leagues. So now the work starts.
It's very cool. We love to celebrate success amongst our own, and today we have a real treat. Chris Kenny is a Concordia alumnus and Hawley, Minnesota native. And get this, he did make it big. He's about to perform at the Metropolitan Opera House. All right, thank you so much for joining us today, Chris. We're very excited for you.
Good morning. Thank you so much. It's great to be back in Fargo.
Well, we had quite the inside source to find out that, you're making it big and doing great things. Our producer is from Hawley, Minnesota as well. And I think that maybe her mom even had a little hand in where you are today.
Yes, Gretchen and I went to high school together, and her mom was actually my choral director back in Hawley High School. So she texted me the other day and said, "Hey, you want to come on the air?" And I was like, "Oh, wow, sure."
Yeah, absolutely. We're so excited about this. We love it when, like the small town kid makes it big. So you went to school in Hawley and then you went to Concordia. So let's learn a little bit more about your background.
Sure. I went to school in Hawley High School. I graduated in 10. From there, I went to undergrad at Concordia College in Moorhead, Minnesota. Go Cobbers. And I did my graduate school at the University of Kentucky on a full ride. From there, I kind of branched out and did a whole bunch of other singing stuff. I went to Philadelphia, sang at a place called the Academy of Vocal Arts, at which point I was asked by WNO, that's Washington National Opera in Washington, D.C., in the Kennedy Center, "Hey, we need somebody to sing Figaro for Barbara Seville next year in our Young Artists program. Would you be interested?" And I immediately said, "Heck yeah, that'd be awesome." So that kind of started me down the path of all these great opportunities that have been happening over the last couple of years. And it's all culminated with trips to Lyric Opera Chicago, where I sang for the last 2 years. And now during the last year, obviously a really hard year for artists. I was really fortunate when my manager called me up and he said, "Hey, are you sitting down? I've got a contract for you." And I said, "All right, great. What's it?" And I thought it was like some symphony gig. And he said, "Yeah, the Met called. They want you for a principal role in the opening season after COVID." And I was kind of a little shocked and said, to say the least, I said, "Oh, I didn't expect that to happen so quickly." So it's been one heck of a trip, and the show has been phenomenal.
Yeah, quite the ride. Such an impressive resume leading up to this as well. And I know that I read that you have quite the unique distinction as well at this opera.
Yeah, I'm definitely, it's been a really interesting process. So for those of you who don't know, the opera is Fire Shut Up in My Bones. It's a memoir by Charles Blow, who grew up in 1970s, 80s Louisiana, and it talks about his whole story and events that happened to him in his past. And I play one of his older cousins who's kind of instrumental in affecting changes. I don't want to give away the whole story, so it's a really great memoir, and it's a absolutely blockbuster cast. My colleague and friend Will Liverman's playing young Charles Blow in this show, and the cast is absolutely phenomenal. A lot of friends of mine, a lot of up-and-coming, awesome African-American Black talent in the country, and it's such a great chance to see it. Also, the show's writer, Terrence Blanchard, is absolutely phenomenal trumpet player, and his jazz American taste just lends itself so well to this kind of a show that it's been such a wonderful opportunity.
Well, that's incredible. An incredible story. Knowing, and when you were telling us all of the places you've already been, I was wondering, when did you realize that you could sing opera? Because that's, a lot of people are great singers, but they're not opera singers.
Well, it's kind of like, it's how I describe it. It's to everyone who asks, "Oh, why don't you sing like on musical theater or this?" It's like football. Tom Brady doesn't play defense, but Vince Wilfork doesn't throw quarterback. It's everybody's voice is built different, so mine just happened to have an operatic quality to it. I had the natural knack for that particular sound. So when I was studying with Gretchen's mom and all the folks at Hawley, and they kind of listened in and said, "You know what, you're not bad at this classics thing. Maybe we should kind of push you that direction." Then I went to school and I studied with Peter Halverson at Concordia College at the music department there. And he said, "You know what, you could do something with this." And then I went to grad school and they said the same thing. And eventually I had the right mentors, especially can't understate Keith Wander back home in Hawley and Fargo. They really all pushed me in a specific direction. I really leaned on their opinions and their expertise, and it just ended up working so well.
Well, and it's early, so we're not going to try to get you to belt out something this morning as you're probably drinking coffee there. But I hear that people can hear you through a live stream. Can you talk a little bit about how people here at home can still get to listen?
Yes, the Met is actually doing a Met in HD live on the 23rd, I believe. So if you tune in, I believe the local theaters, yep, there you go. The local theaters do a Met in HD live, and that will be playing there, what do you say, October 23rd, 11:55 a.m. at Century 10. So if you go there, we'll be doing, that's the last show on the run, but it will be Met in HD live. So please come out and see it. It's a absolutely blockbuster opera, and it's going to be a staple in American culture.
And you obviously want to live in the moment, and this is what's happening now. But can you look ahead? What's next for you?
Lots of stuff going on. You know, it's kind of, we're getting back on our feet as far as arts are concerned. Obviously coming off a really, really tough year. It's kind of hard to say, which way is stuff going. I had to kind of switch gears over COVID. I became a certified flight instructor. I'm already a pilot, so I started doing that, and I'll be going back to Chicago where I live and continuing that, but I'll still be singing. I'm looking forward to contracts all over the country as far as operatics are concerned. So I'll actually be doing this show again at Lyric Opera Chicago in spring. And then after that, the kind of world's my oyster. And I have one more symphony gig, Brahms Requiem in Cleveland, coming up, I believe, as well.
Well, Chris, we are so excited for you. So glad that you're willing to call in to us today as well. So thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be back.
And hopefully you'll come back and join us again sometime. We'll get you to sing.
Hey, hopefully so. We'll see you guys soon.
Thank you. All right, coming up on North Dakota Today, we're getting some seasonal decorating ideas that will make your outdoor space feel like a hot pumpkin spice latte.